Hello everyone, it's Tana. Welcome back to the Not2Shabby shop channel. Now, the October box is sold out, so this will strictly be for inspiration. So today we're going to make a Christmas slimline shaker card, and then I have 4 more cards to show you at the end of the video. So I just can't get enough of this ornament. I love it. So I cut out 3 ornaments, stamped them and cut them out so I could place them evenly on my slimline to make my shaker. So I just laid the stamp over where I had placed the cutout ornaments and stamped them out like that. So we're just gonna go over coloring 1 ribbon on the ornaments, but I do give you the colors for all 3 ribbons. And this time I'm going with the colors of the Gingerbread Kisses, I believe, paper pad, which is blue, green, and red, because we're going to throw some gingerbread men on there as well from one of the other stamp sets that came in the kit. And like I said, I just can't get enough of this ornament. I think it's going to be on a lot of my Christmas cards this year. Let's just put it that way. I colored the ribbons the same way I colored them in my previous video, if you saw that on my channel for the Not2Shabby hop for the box of the month for October. But in that video, I went with the deeper wintry colors of the gnome paper pad. I have to say, I like both of them. I like the way both turned out. This one has a more playful, fun feel, where the other one has more of a Christmassy or military. A lot of people said that the other card in my video had a military feel. So moving on, we're just going to do the last 2 pieces of this ribbon here. And on this ribbon I used R37, R35, and R32. And then I'm going to use my X-Acto blade to cut the centers out of the circles. Now you could use a circle die if you have the right size for that. I didn't do that because it's not a perfect circle. So if you're going to use a circle die, you're going to end up cutting off part of your ribbon. And I wanted the ribbon to stay. So that little tiny metal ornament at the top, piece at the top of the ornament ball, I colored that with a gold gel pen from the Pear Blossom Press trio of gel pens that I have. And simply because last time I went with silver for that piece, so I did gold this time. And then I went in there with my scissors after I trimmed that out with the X-Acto blade and just kind of cleaned it up a little bit. And then I went over the first one. I only did that with the first one. I used my little erasing tool, electronic erasing tool, to kind of finish up the edges, because that first one was kind of rough. And then outline them with a black marker to finish off the edges. So now I'm going to put my acetate on, and I use a circle die to cut out, I think I did like 5 or 6 different pieces of the pattern paper, because I couldn't decide which I wanted to use. I finally settled on just doing the patterns on the pattern paper and matching each color with its ribbon color. And now I'm going to use some of the Heffy Doodle double thick foam tape so that there's plenty of room for my shaker bits to move around. I'm just going to show you how I put on the first 2 pieces here. I always add glue to make sure it stays in place, and then we'll skip ahead to showing you how I boxed off each circle separately, because we're going to go with matching shaker filler bits. So I did red gemstones, clear iridescent snowflakes, and then seed beads that corresponded to the color it was going into. And then I used a little bit of the Nouveau Cloud Circle confetti, I believe it's called, in each of those as well. It's always fun filling shaker cards. Can put so much stuff in there. Now I'm going to peel all the paper backing off of my foam tape, and I'm going to add some more Nouveau Deluxe adhesive. There's nothing worse than making a shaker card and then your bits fall out. I hate that. I learned my lesson very quickly. I'm going to place that on just so. Line it up with the edges. I did have to trim off one little edge on one side that didn't line up exact, but I did pretty good this time around. And I already have these images colored and cut out from before I even made the first video. So each gingerbread man is going to be dancing. Well, two of them will be dancing on ribbon, and the other one's down at the bottom. Then I took a piece of gold glittered cardstock from my stash and just made a frame to go behind my shaker panel. And of course, I do this. I always do this. Forget to stamp my sentiment before I have foam tape on my panel. So I took out the padding in my MISTI, and it turns out that makes it just exactly the right height with double height foam tape for me to stamp my sentiment on the front there. And that one says, "'Tis the season." And then inside I used one of the sentiments from the Gingerbread Kisses set. Then we're going to use the Nouveau Deluxe adhesive to adhere that onto the slimline card base. And that's it, guys. Look at that card. Isn't that so cute? Something different for Christmas cards. So here's a picture of that card and a close-up. The lighting got funky weird with that. I'm sorry about that on that second picture. And then I did two cards with ephemera. And then one card with the Merry Mugs that I had colored previously. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye-bye for now.